Hi, and welcome back to Dwayne's Guitar Lessons. I'm guitar teacher Dwayne, and today what I'm going to show you in this video is a little bit of how to get started with playing lead guitar. One of the things that's real common in playing lead guitar are scales. You want to play scales if you're going to play rhythm. You want to play chords, like, either power chords that I've talked about before, or natural chords, if you're going to strum, maybe strum some. And if you're not too sure about those chords, I'd recommend checking out some other videos that will show you about that. But let's say you say, okay, I know the rhythm, I want to play some lead guitar, okay? You want to play the stuff that's kind of cool, stuff like this. Okay, now if you want to play stuff like that, you want to know scales. Now there's thousands of scales just like there's thousands of chords, and you don't need to learn, all those thousands of scales. One of the scales that's real popular in playing lead guitar is the minor pentatonic scale. And if you learn this scale, you'll be able to play a lot of really cool licks. And as you start to learn other people's songs, you'll see that a lot of the solos from, Jimi Hendrix to Stevie Ray Vaughan, AC/DC to Led Zeppelin, to any kind of classic rock song is going to utilize this scale. You'll just be able to see it after you learn it. And there's actually 5 of them, and if you learn all 5 of them, you'll be able to play all over the neck. But we're just going to start with the very first one for right now. This one's real common. And what we're going to do is we're going to play it right here at the 5th position. This is the A note. So it's actually going to be like in the key of A. And I'm just going to tell you the pattern here. It's a scale. We'll just call it a pattern for easier learning. And I'm going to show it to you, and then I'm going to show you what you can do with it, okay? So to play this pattern, if we start on the 6th string, it's going to be 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And if we go back, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. Okay? And what I like to do is try to utilize alternate picking. This is something that you're going to need if you want to play really fast licks and stuff. So my recommendation would be go down on the first note, go up on the second note, pick up. If you look at my picking hand, you can see I'm going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And I have my hand close to the body of the guitar. It's not like way out here doing this kind of stuff, because you're not getting a lot of control in your hand. I like to have the hand close to the body, maybe have my pinky resting on the body, have it really close to the strings, not too close, but just close enough to where you have some control, to where your hand's not all moving around. So now you can start off with just picking downward. If you look at my picking hand, I'm just picking downward right now. Every note's picked down. And then after you get comfortable with that, try going up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then backwards, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And what you want to do is, realistically, is just work on that and get it really, really good, up and down. Almost like as if you were walking up and down the stairs. You'd walk up the stairs, walk back down, up, down, up, down, up, down, like an exercise, okay? And I know some of that stuff, the rudiments aren't always the funnest thing to play, but they're one of the things that are really the most important in playing an instrument is the rudiments, is the fundamentals, as I should say. And so, but once again, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. And if you do it backwards, 8, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7. Now we can also play this pattern, and once you learn it, you can play it all over the neck, okay, in different keys and stuff, depending on the song and everything like that. Another place you can play it is up here at the 17th position, because the 2 dots on your guitar represent the end of the scale, and then the notes repeat themselves. So up here you have 4 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have the double dot. And then after that, you have another 4 dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, which means that these notes up here are going to be the same as these. So if you're in the 2nd dot position, which is the 5th fret, that's going to be the same as the 2nd dot up here, past the double dot at the 17th fret. Just a higher octave. Now you can play that pattern up here. up here. And all I'm doing is just walking up and down that pattern. That's all I'm doing. Now once you kind of learn that, then you want to learn a few different techniques. Okay, let me show you a couple of techniques that are really common to use in playing lead guitar. Number one, the hammer-on. A hammer-on is just basically you pick a note and you hammer on to the next one with your finger. And it doesn't really matter. In this particular instance, you could do maybe your first finger, hammer on to your second note with your second finger. Pick your first finger, hammer on to your next note with your third finger, and if you're good, you can maybe try your pinky. And you basically pick the first note, but you don't pick the second one. So you get this kind of sound. That's a hammer-on. And then second to that is the pull-off, which you're going to have two fingers down. You're going to hit the note and then pull off to the note behind it. Okay? So we pick the note, two fingers down, pick the note, pull off to the note behind it. Okay, so here I've got my second finger pulling off to the first finger. Third finger's down, we pull off to the first finger. Fourth finger's down, pull off to the first finger. Like that. So you're picking the first note and then making the second note with your fretboard hand. And then if you want, you can just try to do it without picking all together. Those are two common things to do, hammer-ons and pull-offs. Learn those, you'll be able to do a lot of cool stuff. Another thing you want to learn are slides. If you slide this way, this is considered up because the because the pitch goes up. So as you slide closer to the body of the guitar, the pitch goes up, so that's considered up. You slide down towards the headstock, that's considered down because of the pitch, okay? So use slides. Okay, another thing that's real common, vibrato, which is these are kind of hard techniques to get right off the bat, especially vibrato. But if you practice it, you'll get it, okay? You just take the string, you pick it, and you vibrate it up and down like this. That's called vibrato. That's kind of a tough technique, but you just kind of move the string up and down like that. And you could try it on different fingers, different frets, doesn't really matter, be anywhere. What I usually do is try to vibrate the lower strings down up here, kind of down a little bit more, kind of pull down, and then these strings on the higher strings on the first string, let me bend up and vibrate. That's how I usually do it, but you can do it however you want. So we got our hammer-on, our pull-off, slides, vibrato, and of course the one that's most common is the bend. Where you take a note and you just bend it. You pick it and bend it up. Or you can bend it down. Some people bend it down. Either is fine. I would recommend bending it up. Or you could bend the string and then pick it and then bring it down. Sometimes that's called a bend and release. So there's a lot of different types of bends and hammer-ons, pull-offs, stuff like that. But these are just some basic techniques that I would recommend learning, and then that way it'll help you with your lead guitar playing. And then if you do like a hammer-on pull-off, that's what that is. So I pick the first note, hammer on, and then pull off. And as you learn these techniques, you'll start to hear them in songs. When you start to listen to songs, you get a little bit more into learning your guitar and stuff, you're going to hear this stuff and you're going to say, oh, that's a hammer-on, that's a pull-off, he's doing a slide, he's doing a bend. You'll be able to recognize these techniques, and then once you learn them, you can kind of throw them together and do something like this. If you have a little wham bar, you can do that stuff too. So that's some of the the basic fundamentals of playing lead guitar, is that minor pentatonic scale. If you learn that pattern, you learn your hammer-ons, your pull-offs, some bends, your alternate picking. As you can see, I just bent that string up, and then I did a little alternate picking on it and brought it back down. Had a cool kind of sound. And then you can go back up here as well, play it up here. And this is just played in the key of A right here, but you can play it all over the place. So once you learn it here, I would recommend trying it here at the third position in G. Or up here at the 12th fret in E. And as you learn that, you'll begin to see that you know, all the great guitar players use this minor pentatonic scale. They all use hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, you know. And then as you learn more, you can do stuff like, you know, finger tapping and stuff like that. And if you watch people on YouTube, you'll see there's tons of people out there teaching on YouTube. So if you go out there and you watch, you'll see that they're doing hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, bends, vibrato, you know. It's called a pinch harmonic, where you take the pick, and this is kind of a hard technique. It took me a while to get it myself, but you kind of, when you pick the note, you try to brush the tip of the side of your thumb after the string, so you get this kind of, it's kind of like bell sound. It's called a pinch harmonic, an artificial harmonic, whatever you want to call it. It's a really cool sound. It's just kind of hard to get. So, like, once again, work with that. I don't want to make this video too long, but that's kind of some basics of playing lead guitar. If you get that pattern down, that minor pentatonic scale, you work on your hammer-ons, your pull-offs, your slides, your bends, and it won't come overnight, of course. It didn't come overnight for me, and I don't expect it to come overnight for you as well. But if you work with it and you practice that, you'll see after a while it'll come and you'll be like, wow, it'll start to sound kind of cool, doing some cool stuff. Okay, so you have yourself a good one. Take that, practice with that, and if you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me at dwaynesguitarlessons.com. Shoot me an email if you have any questions. Try to guide you in the right direction, and later on I'll show you maybe some of the other scales, and if you learn them, there's 5 of them, and you could probably learn them out there somewhere, but you can play all over the neck. And those are just some of the scales. There's a lot more scales, but these ones are probably pretty common, especially this one right here. So thank you very much for watching, and take care. Thanks.